Okay, so it's our first mission on Liber 4. And we've been hired by our eccentric billionaire to take out a random person on the enemy team. So there's this guild troop patrol that's just minding their own business, and we've been hired to kill one of them for some strange, unknown, eccentric billionaire type of reasoning. So let's find out first of all who that's going to be. So I shook a 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it is the commanding officer. So the commanding officer is this red one, and this is the person that we have been hired to kill. This is the specialist, armed with a fury rifle. Everybody is armed with colony rifles, so yeah, they're got a fairly decent range and a much better range than we have with our weapons, generally speaking. So it's a surprise encounter. They were minding their own business, so we're going to be able to act in the first round without them activating, which is brilliant. We got a loot cache on the table, which will give us an extra roll on the loot once we finish. It's an intrigue, so if we kill... after the mission, we roll a dice and we may find some rumours linked to this. It's a demanding mission, which means we only get our danger pay on a success. So we have to kill him to get our danger pay. But if we do, we get 3 extra credits and 2 rolls on the wages. And we pick the best of those 2 rolls. He's a persistent patron, so he's going to be good to keep. It's a hot job, so if after this mission we roll a 1 or a 2, it means that they become our enemy because they didn't know why the hell we attacked them, and we just psychos that attacked them, and they're going to hold that against us in the future. So with that said, we will shake to see if we get to seize the initiative. So we don't, and then it's over to first phase actions. Now, it doesn't matter if we move in the slow or the fast phase because the enemy aren't going to be moving this turn anyway. So EP1000 is going to use all of his thing using a dash action to get up to here. And then we're going to have Topaz do exactly the same. Topaz is a bit quicker at moving, so can move 7 with the dash action. Get her there. We got Rico. Rico can move 5, but he's going to be dashing, so that's 7 also. Get Rico here. And then Kate, who's a little bit slower, can only move 6 with the dash and get her just behind this barrier. You probably can't see her, but she's there. So turn 1, rather uneventful, but we're over to turn 2, and this is where some reaction rolls wouldn't go amiss. So all of our crew have got a reaction of 1, except EP1000, who has got a reaction of 2. Okay, so we've got a 1 and a 2, so we're going to have EP1000 and one of our other people react. Okay, well, we'll start EP1000 because we know we have to move him. He's got a movement of 4, which can get him up to here. And he's got another 2 if he wants to dash. You know what? In for a penny. He's going to move to by there. And that is his action. We're going to have Topaz move. Now, Topaz with the dash has got a movement of 7. So it can get her by there. Not quite behind the cover, but hopefully from the angle they're going to be shooting at, she will get some cover bonus if they can shoot this turn. Okay, so then it's enemies. They got a movement of 4, and they're tactical, so they want to stay in cover if at all possible. So we're going to have the specialist move up to here. Can't see anyone. So with an extra 2 inches, would he be able to get into cover? Not really. So he's not going to move. He's going to stay where he is. This other troop is going to move this way for 4. Doesn't see anyone. And will still be kind of in cover even if they move their second action. So they are by here. So what I'm going to do, so that you can actually see where they are, This building is still obviously here, but just so you can see what's happening, that's where they are. Then these normal troopers are going to run up. They got a range on the colony rifle of 18 inches. Okay, let's see if they can see. This one can see. Oh, no. Okay, can see Topaz. From that angle, though, Topaz does get some cover. So it's needing a 6. Now, they got a combat of 1, so needing a 5 in order to hit. No, shoots and misses a Topaz. So that was a bit lucky, although it was a very hard shot for it to try and pull off. So moving 4 inches. Its companion obviously wants to stay in cover. Can't use the same cover really because it's being taken by its comrade. And then the commander who we're after runs up to this window with its dash. And that's the end of their turn. So the rest of our crew that can move. So Rico with his movement of 5. Now he's got a hand cannon, so he's going to want to get really close if he can. So he's going to run for his full 7, I think. Get to there. And then Kate, with a movement of 4, is going to also dash. But he's going to try and get it, so hopefully they can't get both of them in the same turn. And that would be turn 2 done. And we get to see what end of phase event happens. 65. Desperate plan. A random figure in your crew cannot act next round, but instead select another figure who may act in both the quick and the slow phase. Okay, so one of our people can't act this next turn, but one of our people can act twice. Let's shake for our reaction rolls anyway. So one of them's not going to be able to react, so we'll just shake 3. And alright, EP1000 would be able to react, but he was the one I was thinking I was probably going to say doesn't move this turn. So you know what? Yeah, he's going to be the one who doesn't move this turn. So who can I move now in the fast phase because they can double act? Okay, so we're going to have Topaz move just a little bit forward just to make sure that they're behind that cover. Actually, Topaz can move 5. If they go by there, yep, they can. So now they can see this person, but cannot be seen by the specialist. So they're going to open fire because they are within 14 inches, and she's got a colony rifle, which is 18 inches. So it's going to hit on a 6, but Topaz has a skill of 2, so hitting on 4s. Oh, shot and missed, but only just. So it's their turn. Okay, we're going to start with this trooper trying to sneak their way around to get on the blind spot of our people. So we'll be by here for 6 inches. That's a dash. Okay, so this trooper can see Rico. Now, what's the range on a Fury rifle? 24 inches. Okay. Uh-oh. 21 inches. So, yes, within range. Okay, so he needs 6s. He's the specialist, so he doesn't get any extra skill apart from his +1 like every other trooper. So needing 5s. I shook a 3, so shoots and misses. Whew. Fury rifles are vicious. I'm quite glad that they missed. So we've got this trooper here. Now this trooper doesn't have to move in order to shoot back at Topaz. So hitting on 6s, knocked down to 5s because of her skill of 1. Shook a 3, misses. Okay, And then we got Commander here. Then they got movement of 4, but climbing through this costs him 1 inch. So movement 4, climbing through the window is an inch. So that's 3 inches to get to there. He cannot see anyone, so he's going to move his second movement to make sure he's in cover. And then he's got his little companion here, who's going to do much the same. So 2 inches, 3 inches to get to here. Another 1 inch. And then dash 2 inches. Get them there. So then it's a slow phase. So again, we can use Topaz to fire at that poor fool. So 6 down to 4 because of Topaz's skill of 2. So I need a 4 or more. And I shook a 5, so I do hit. Brilliant. Okay, Colony Rifle doesn't got any bonus to damage. So I need a 4 or more in order to pierce its armor. And I did. So we managed to kill the first trooper. And the first kill goes to Topaz. Rico has a movement of 5. So he's going to dash, actually. So he's got 7, which will get him behind this wall here. And Kate has only got a movement of 4, so she's going to run as fast as she can, which is 6 inches, and get her there. 3. So that was the end of turn 3. And let's see about reactions. Oh, they've lost a person, so they do have to roll to see if anyone runs. So on a 1 or a 2, someone flees. Okay, someone does flee. Okay, so there's 4 people left on the table. And I shook a 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the commander is going to flee. Now it says in this, because our mission is to kill him, he's going to stick around for 1 turn before he disappears off the board, so we would fail our mission. So we have to get him in 1 turn. Wow, okay, that's not great, is it? Okay, so we're over to turn 4. Okay, so we got 2 2s and a 1 and a 6. So we can have, sorry, that was a 1. So we can have EP and someone else move. Okay, so we may as well do EP first. EP has a movement of 4. Doubt he's gonna be able to get anywhere that he can see anything, but we'll move him up. And he's only got a handgun actually, so he's only got a range of 12 inches. So even if he can see, can he hit? I have to get a better angle here. Shooting through the gap. He would just be short, so no, he can't hit him. So he's going to move the other 2 just to get him here. He's kind of like in line of fire of that dude now, but hopefully it'll take some flack off someone else. Who else do we want to move? I think it's going to have to be Rico. So Rico can move 5. So he can move 4 if he's climbing through this window. So he can get himself behind the cache. And he can shoot then at that commander. Hopefully going to kill him, because this is our chance. So he's within 6 inches. Yes, he is in cover though. Barely. I don't know if I would count him as in cover. I can see like there's a sliver of his base that I can't see. Now I'm going to say he's not in cover. So he's in the open, within 6 inches. I need 3+. This is Rico. He has no combat skill, so I need 3 or more. And I shook a 3. He hits him. Brilliant. Okay, and he's got a hand cannon, which has got a damage of 2. 2 or more in order to take this guy out. 4. Brilliant. He did it just in time. Blasts the commanding officer away. Okay, catch your breath. Right, enemy's turn. Okay, so we got this little trooper who's sneaking up to blindside Topaz, so just going to get there. He's 10 inches, so not within 6 inches, but open target, within range, needs 5+, down to 4+, because of his skill. Hits! Okay, so toughness of Topaz, is only 3. Okay, so 3 or more. Beats it. Takes Topaz out. Oh, after taking out that guy first too. Okay, that's her done. Then we got the Fury Rifle. Now the Fury Rifle, I do believe, yes, is going to shoot at El Robot. Needs a 5+, down to a 4+, because he's +1 skill. Hits! Uh-oh. Okay, now it's got Pierce on their weapon, so it ignores any armors. So what's EP's toughness? Toughness of 4. And damage of 2. So 2 or more and has taken EP out. 5 takes EP out. Okay. Luckily we got our mission done early because I don't like our chances now. This one is going to get into cover by here. Don't know if you can see. Just in this corner bit. Actually can get to the same thing and be standing there. And it's going to be shooting at Rico. It's 5 or more, down to 4 or more because of her skill. Hits. Okay, toughness on Rico is 3. I should go 4. Oh no! And does he have any armor? No, he doesn't. So Rico is taken out as well. Oh dear. Alright, so we've only got Kate left. And it is slow turn. Slow actions. Okay, so that is actually Kate because she didn't activate in the fast action. So with 4, can get up to this hole in the wall and he's going to fire at the trooper. So the trooper is in cover, is within 6 inches, but is in cover. So he needs 5 or more. Kate has no combat skill, so does need 5 or more, but does have 2 shots because she's got a shotgun. Bang, bang, and misses. Oh, okay. End of turn 4, and we got another event happen. 20. Seize the moment. Select a crew member who may move and act in both the quick and slow phase next turn. Okay, so Kate can move in both the quick and the slow phase next turn. Oh, that's really good. Okay, but they did lose a person. Let's see if anybody runs. No, they don't. So, Kate. Okay, well, Kate is going to, in the quick phase, she's going to fire at this trooper. Actually, does she want to move first? Because she might be able to improve her survivability if anyone else can see her. She's not the fastest person, which is slightly her problem. So, with climbing through this, she can only move 3 inches. I think she's going to be just as well off where she is. She's going to stay where she is and she's going to blast at this person here. So it needs 5 pluses to hit. Kate with no combat skill. 6 and a 4, so she hits with one of them. Right, right. What's Kate's shotgun? All right, it's got damage of 1, so I need a 3 or more in order to take this trooper out, and I do. Brilliant. Okay, Kate, amazing. Okay, they've only got 2 people left. So this one can't see Kate where she is, so she's gonna move. But she wants to stay in cover because she's tactical. She's not going to be able to move and shoot and stay in cover. She's going to move back around here. Let go. She's going to move back by there. Yeah, I think that's probably try and get a bit more of an angle on her. Alright, this one doesn't have a line of sight, so he's going to have to really move. So if he runs, he can get behind the cover by here. So back there now. So really, she can get behind the loot crate, like so. And then, can she see anyone? I don't think so. Nope, she can't see anyone. So, for her action, she's just going to burn it. Yes, she's going to just burn it. So, over to turn 6. So, we have done the mission. That's one good thing. Right, so on a 1, Kate will get into the fast phase. No, okay. Okay, the lone trooper is going to move up and get into a position where she's behind the wall, but can see Kate. Like so. 9 inches, but she is in cover. So that is a 6+ down to a 5+, shooting at Kate. And I shook a 4, so shoots and misses. Yep, can move 4 to get here. Now from this angle, I would say Kate actually is in the open, which isn't good. But it was a heavy weapon, so he's -1 because he moved. It's over 6 inches, just. So, open target within range, needs 5 or more. Down to 6 or more, back down to 5 or more because of his skill. So 5 or more. He shoots and misses. Okay, so Kate's turn. Alright, Kate, this is your chance here with your shotgun. You were within range. You haven't moved, so you can re-roll 1s. And because you've got a shotgun, it's 2 dice. Okay, so within range, behind cover, needs 6s. Uh-oh. Okay. A 5 and a 3, so she failed to do it. Oh no, we might regret that. Okay. Over to the next round. And Kate, does she manage to steal the fast phase? 6. No, definitely not. Okay. Okay, so this trooper shooting at Kate. Kate is behind cover to her. Not to the other one, maybe, but to her, definitely. So she's in range, but in cover. So she needs 6s, down to 5s. And I shook a 5. Oh no, hit me. Okay, and 4 or more. Toughness of Kate is 5. Okay. I shook a 4. Doesn't manage to hurt her, but does put a stun on her. And then we've got the Fury rifle. In the open. Within 9 inches, so not within 6 though. So needs 5. Down to 4 because he's got +1 to his skill. Sugar free, he missed. Oh, wow, okay. Kate's turn. Okay, Kate is going to fire back at this guy like we think. We know she can do it. Because of the stun token. Because of the stun token, she can't move, but she can do one action or move, and she's going to decide to shoot. So she needs 6s in order to hit. And she shakes 1 6 with her shotgun. Brilliant. Okay. Shotgun has got a damage of 1. So 3 or more, she manages to take out 1. Oh, she failed, but puts a stun on him. Okay. Next turn. Does she move in the fast phase? 5. No. Okay, so they're going to have their shots first of all. So hitting on 5s. No, misses. And then the enemy. So shooting at Kate. Needing 4s. And he got a 4, so he hits her. Uh-oh. Okay. So he needs 3 or more because of her toughness of 5. And he shoots and hits Kate, taking her out. Actually, we didn't check to see if one of them would have run last turn. just out of curiosity, on 1 or a 2. It would have been probably this one anyway, because I was going this way from the board, so she wouldn't have got her shot, but she would have run off. And then he would have killed her, Kate, anyway. So yeah, it worked out exactly the same. Just I forgot to shake to see whether that enemy actually ran off or not. So let's go to post-combat rolls and see what's happened. So the first thing we have to do is to see whether the guild troopers became enemies or not. So on a 1 or a 2, they became an enemy. No, they aren't a persistent an enemy, so we don't have to worry about that. That's one good thing. The patron becomes one of our patrons because we did actually do the mission, so he's quite happy with us. Quest progression, we don't have to worry about that. Okay, because of the intrigue roll on a 9+, we managed to get a rumour. We did manage to get a rumour. Okay. Get paid. Okay, you earn 1d6. Alright, but we get 2d6 because we did successfully kill the person we were after. Alright, if you were successful in your mission on a roll of 1 or a 2, count as a 3. Okay, so we get 3. The danger pay, we're going to actually get that danger pay. So that is an extra 3 credits. So that's 6 credits now, danger pay, including the danger pay. So it's paying well, this mission. Unfortunately, we didn't get the loot cache, so we're not going to be able to get that extra loot. If you held the field, you get the opportunity to search the battlefield. We didn't. It wasn't an invasion. Alright, we do get to roll once on the loot table. And we took a 69. Odds and ends. Okay. 6. 2 consumables. I can't say it. Consumables. Okay, that's right. 2 stim packs. Okay, that's not so bad. I wish I'd remembered that we actually do have story points that I could have saved us yet again, but I keep forgetting about story points. And they are adding up now, so actually we've got quite a few story points that we could use if we ever remembered to actually do it. Determine injuries. Okay, so we got 3 injured. We're not going to have many people to do the next mission, but yeah, let's have a little look. So we're going to start with Kate. And I should get 79. Minor injuries. No long-term effect. Just miss 1 game in sickbay. Okay, that's not so bad. Topaz. The hero that she is. 51. Serious injury. No long-term effect, but 1d3 plus 1 days in the infirmary. Okay, so 2 days in the infirmary. EP 1000. 57. Minor damage. 1 day in the repair yard or something, I suppose. And Rico. Now, Rico did pretty okay, so let's hope that he got out of it okay. Knocked out. He had no long-term ill effect of being knocked out in combat. Right, experience. So we get 1 for each of our people because all of them became casualties. So Rico goes up to 6. Topaz goes up to 3. Kate has got 1, and EP doesn't get any experience because he's a robot. Do we want to spend any of their gains? So no, we'll hold on to that point. Invest in advanced training. We won't do that. Purchase any items. We won't purchase any more items. Roll on the campaign event. Okay, let's have a look what the campaign event is. 22. An old enemy has tracked you down. Select a prior rival or roll 1 up. They will follow you from planet to planet until resolved and receive +1 when rolling for the number of enemies in battle. Okay. So shaking to see which one. Okay, so one of our previous enemies, our previous rivals, has tracked us down. The Chitters, actually we never actually got to fight the Chitters, but they are a skulker mercenary band which have managed to track us down. So there you go, we got them after us now. Okay, so a random one of our characters can be in the sickbay, gets to have a event happen. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because you can't count a robot. So one, our captain, actually something happens to our captain while he's recovering. Let's have a look. 52. Taxman. Again, Taxman is taking an interest in your business conduct. Roll 2d6 and pay the higher of the two numbers. We cannot catch a break with this money. Okay, we have to pay 6. Oh my god. That is hilarious. That's exactly what we made from this mission. So we have to hand it over, all our money, to the tax man. Ah, that is hilarious. Okay. Check for galactic war progression. Okay, so we do know that there is actually a galactic war going on in Arcana, because the Greys, remember, were there. Shake 2d6 and see what's happened. 9. Making ground. Add 1 to all future rolls. Okay, so the Unity planetary, or sorry, interplanetary government is actually pushing back against the Greys, and in the future we're going to get +1 to the roll to see whether or not they manage to get them off their planet of Arcana, which would mean that we could actually go back there. But yeah, that's post-battle. So yeah, all in all, not going too great for us. Next game, I think we're going to have like 2 people maybe that could actually fight, including our boss, which is actually pretty good to have our captain back. But yeah, that's what's happened. So we didn't make any credits from that mission, which is kind of funny. And yeah, I'm going to have to remember that we have story points to spend, and I could have saved our people a few times. But that is our mission for today, so I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, leave a like, comment. I do reply to every single comment. And if you want to see more from this desperate crew, the Drifters, subscribe and you'll see me release something in the future. But for now, it's going to be goodbye from me, Welsh Miniature Board Gamer.